The Arctic blast may have pushed through, but those dangerously cold temperatures are not over yet.
Wind chill warnings continue tonight in the eastern plains.
And the efforts to make sure our community is safe are feeling the strain.
It's pretty bad, just from the smell.
Our Denver 7 Weather Action Day coverage continues right here at 10 and goes beyond just the warning to stay indoors.
So when I woke up this morning, I thought I was going to hop on a flight about 6:30. And that did not happen.
I'm homeless and, so it's really hard, but this is the only place to stay warm, so I stay here.
What you need to know when it comes to travel and utility outages. It all starts right now. A possible record-setting day after temperatures drop to below zero. Here's a look at numbers from the National Weather Service that show how many consecutive hours Denver was below zero in the past. So far, this recent winter blast number is more than 24 hours. You can see the longest was 115 hours, set back in 1983.
And after a 75-degree temperature change over a 2-day period, Denver has now tied the National Weather Service's record for the second biggest swing in temperatures.
If we hold these sub-zero temps through midnight, we could break the 1983 record for lowest max temperature set on this date.
All right, let's head over to meteorologist Mike Nelson, who's been tracking this Arctic blast since it all started. Mike?
Oh, it's a cold night out there and not too many people wandering about because it is just too darn cold. 11 below in Boulder and Golden. We're -3 downtown, but 15 below currently at DIA. And look at Greeley, 24 degrees below zero. Meanwhile, out west, not nearly as cold, 24 above zero at Montrose, but on the cold side of the state, it's also windy. 38 below on the wind chill in Greeley and Denver, 39 at Akron, 33 at Sterling. Needless to say, the wind chill warnings continue overnight through early tomorrow morning. And there's not much moisture in the state right now. That's all gone out to the east of us. And look how far south it is snowing, all the way down into Mississippi and Alabama. The cold is being shared by much of the central part of the country. As far as our conditions, still bitterly cold tonight. Back to the teens, though, tomorrow and milder by Christmas. I'll let you know how much warmer it'll be and when those readings jump back up into the 40s and even 50s.
And a look now on FlightAware, which gives real-time flight traffic conditions. You can see there are flights leaving and arriving out of DIA, but don't let that fool you.
In the last 24 hours, there have been more than 600 flight cancellations, and that's left people stranded at the airport.
Our Danielle Kreuter is live at DIA tonight. Danielle, this has to be so incredibly frustrating for everyone.
Oh, absolutely. And we're going to start with a little bit of good news first, though. Take a look at this security line. Definitely not what we usually expect to see during a busy holiday travel week, and it's been like this for hours. Unfortunately, though, when you think of all of those hundreds of flights that have been canceled, it all starts to make sense why you aren't seeing many people here. We caught up with a few frustrated travelers just trying to get out for the holidays.
I live in Bennett, and I am going to go visit my family up in Washington.
It didn't matter where you were heading.
Oklahoma City.
Chances are, if you were flying out of DIA today,
We're going to California, to Orange County.
you were going to spend a lot more time here than you thought.
Well, we've been in line for 3 hours. We already told them 3 hours. See, everybody's so frustrated. We all have the same story.
These folks were at the front of this long line after their flight was canceled at the last minute.
Just to rebook. We don't know what's going to happen, whether or not they have extra flights for tonight, or they're saying maybe they won't even have flights tomorrow. So it's Christmas, it sucks.
This woman's travel day started with a canceled 6:30 a.m. flight.
Then I saw that it was supposed to be changed, and it was changed for 10:30 tonight. And then about an hour or two ago, I looked again, and it was changed again to 11:15 tonight. But I am fully expecting that my flight will be canceled.
Instead of fighting it out for hard-to-come-by hotel rooms, she and others are planning on spending the night here.
That's honestly a big reason why I like to keep throw blankets. They come in handy. Oh no, I forgot my pillow. That means that we're gonna use this as a nice little emergency pillow.
And for the people who planned ahead,
We came out of the mountains early, thinking we were going to beat the storm.
no good deed goes unpunished.
Now we're spending another 8 hours waiting to catch our flight. We can only check in 4 hours before the flight.
A winter blast throwing a massive wrench into thousands of people's travel plans. Now, it isn't just leaving DIA that's the issue. We just heard from a Denver 7 viewer that landed an hour and a half ago. They still have not gotten off the plane. Ground crews having a hard time keeping up. Just a frustrating night here at the airport. Reporting live, I'm Danielle Kreuter, Denver 7.
Certainly frustrating. Thank you, Danielle. RTD is working to get back on track after several disruptions throughout the day, most having to do with the weather. Several trips on the A line, that is to and from the airport, were canceled because of snow and mechanical problems. Now, more specifically, those issues were frozen doors that could not open. Other canceled trips stemmed from having no operators. At last check, RTD warned of 15-minute delays.
And right now, about 50 National Guard service members are helping several warming centers in the Boulder and Denver metro areas. Hundreds of people are taking refuge inside these emergency shelters to find some warmth. Denver 7's Rob Harris explains the recent move by Denver leaders after more space was needed to accommodate the crowds.
Keeping our community warm is one of the top priorities right now in Denver. So after opening up 2 warming centers when we saw those temperatures plummet Wednesday afternoon, the city has now closed its offices in the Webb building so it can become an additional shelter. It's an all-hands-on-deck situation as the frigid cold forces many to find a warm place to stay overnight.
I'm homeless and, so it's really hard, but this is the only place to stay warm, so I stay here.
The Denver Coliseum, YMCA, and now the Webb building are all being used to provide emergency shelter.
It's crazy in there, but definitely a blessing, for the people in the cold.
Denver 7 was able to go inside the Coliseum earlier today. While spaces are crowded, people told us there's another downside to the shelters.
I appreciate everything, but just the smell when you're eating. Yeah. Ew,
Despite the downsides, those taking refuge indoors tell us they're thankful. The city says it plans to keep these warming centers open through Saturday morning. That's when we're expecting to see those temperatures get back up into the 40s. For Denver 7, I'm Rob Harris.
And please take a look now. Right now, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office needs your help to find this woman. She's 75-year-old Patricia Miller, and she has dementia. She was last seen at the Conifer King Supers around 5 o'clock this evening. Deputies believe she may be driving a 2000 maroon Subaru Outback with license plate number 601BZH.
Xcel Energy has been busy working to restore power to customers following the Arctic blast. Here's a live look at the outage map where about 160 outages are being reported. Now that's a change from this morning where nearly 1,000 customers were without electricity. We're also tracking internet outages in the metro. We reached out to Comcast where a spokesperson says there have been scattered outages today related to weather. Comcast says most of the issues have been resolved, but customers can check their specific location through their My Account app.
And the Denver 7 digital team is tracking everything from flight cancellations to power outages and road closures. And you can find all of that information on our website, denver7.com, or through our Denver 7 Plus app.